myself inside all this tension, a feeling I never was expecting. I don't see the pros, don't know the cons, forget the whys. Do you know why? Triggered inside this situation, wonder if we maybe were mistaken. Don't wanna talk, don't wanna see, don't wanna feel it. What is left? I've been thinking about us and the things you say. How you don't feel enough to come share my bed. All I ever wanted was the truth, and I got it. Is it too much to ask? A little conversation, a minute's enough to work out the frustration. There's no need to make me bite the pavement. A little conversation. I don't want your love, just a little conversation. A minute's enough to work out the frustration. There's no need to make me bite the pavement. A little conversation. Ooh. It hurts me how everything was wasted. Now all the nights seem so overrated. What was it worth? I can't take back, I can't stop feeling. How about you? I've been thinking about us and the things you said. How you don't feel enough to come share my bed. All I ever wanted was the truth, and I got it. Is it too much to ask? A little conversation, a minute's enough to work out the frustration. There's no need to make me bite the pavement. A little conversation. I don't want your love, just a little conversation. A minute's enough to work out the frustration. There's no need to make me bite the pavement. A little conversation. I just wanna lay here inside of your arms. Maybe we could jump back to the start. And you never would talk to me then if we never met, babe. If we never met. Is it too much to ask? A little conversation, a minute's enough to work out the frustration. There's no need to make me bite the pavement. A little conversation. I don't want your love, just a little conversation. A minute's enough to work out the frustration. There's no need to make me bite the pavement. A little conversation.
This is too smooth. I honestly didn't even really want to say anything on this, but that's what the people want. That's what I came here for. So we're gonna get into it. I like my coffee black, white too. Don't turn this to no controversy. It's my boo. I could make $250,000 off a haiku, and I could make another quarter off it times two. If it's money on the table, I'll be on it like Bobby or Epic. You peep the aesthetic, it's hard to forget it. I hear you talking, but you're hardly right. I'm the voice of your prototype. Summertime and then why? Yeah. Summertime and then why? It's too cool. Get the drop tops out. Summertime and then why? It fits right. Bottles over here. Summertime and then why? Summertime and then why? I'm talking 6 a.m. tea times. 18 with the mayor talking land banks. I waited for it, gotta get mine. Snack a seat up at the table if my man can't. Heading to a meeting worth $1 million with no briefcase. Just my mind in a free state.
What up,
I got a plan through a
YouTube?
vision, but it takes time. I'ma make mine.
What's up, Facebook land?
Summertime and then what?
It's your boy JD, aka Mr. December. We back in it, y'all. Listen, if you're in the comment section, I need you to put your time zone, what time it is. Wherever you are, drop your time zones in the chat right now. What time is it where you are?
Started in the back office, now I run the front. Call the shots, make the deals, know the deal, know what's up. Too much for the books, then I put it in a tuck. Too much for the tuck, then I give it to my love. Once I make $1 million, man, $1 million won't be enough. Watch you fake the struggle while I
Need y'all to like the video,
now it's JetBlue,
share the video,
frowns,
comment down below,
summertime and then why?
and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, y'all. Let's get it. Summertime and then why?
And run that thing back. Yeah. Until next year. Summertime and then why? Yeah. And why? Summertime and then why? Yeah. Be gone.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? It's your boy JD, aka Mr. December, and we back with another video, y'all. I guaranteed to remember, y'all. Listen, how was y'all's weekend? Happy Resurrection, happy Easter to everybody. I hope y'all had a good weekend with your family and friends. I know I did. Listen, the whole weekend was dope from top to bottom. Y'all, listen, I don't care where you are. I don't care what time zone you're in. I don't care what part of the world you are in right now. It's always summertime in NY, baby. Welcome. Well, welcome back to the channel. If you are new, welcome. If you have been here with us before, welcome back. What are we talking about today? Well, y'all are looking at the title, you're looking at the thumbnail. We are talking about Kevin Samuels versus Kendrick G. Kevin Samuels versus Kendrick G. This was a couple of years ago, y'all, but it's something that we can glean out of this, and we're going to jump right into it. Listen, Kendra came up on Kevin's IG Live, right? And they had about a 45-minute conversation. And it got pretty interesting. And I think that Kendrick G actually proved a lot of the points that Kevin Samuels was saying. I think that she did. And we're going to get right into it, y'all. But before we do, let me give a huge shout out to all of my supporters, all of my day ones. And if you are watching on the replay, thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, turn that bell notification on so you can be notified every time that we post and or go live. Y'all, listen, if you look right over this shoulder right here, it's this shoulder. If y'all look right over this shoulder right here, I have a book that just came out, y'all. Let me show it to you. This book is by your boy. It's by your boy JD, and it's called God's Remedy for Anxiety. And what is this book about? Listen, men struggle. Whether y'all like to believe it or not, men struggle with a lot of things, right? Depression, anxiety, the pressure of the world, society. Y'all, it's rough on men out here. And if you are going to be an upstanding man out here in society, out here in the world, I stopped by to tell you, y'all better believe in something. Because it's rough. We can't always talk to everybody about what's going on or what we're feeling, right? We can't always do that. So you have to have an outlet, guys. And this is a short, brief devotional that will help you navigate through some of that anxiety and some of those feelings, right? So, also, the link for the book is down in the description box. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Facebook, it's not there. You have to go over to YouTube to get the link. But if you're watching on YouTube, the link to my book is in the description. And if you want to be a part of the Facebook group, the link to that is in the description as well. Listen, shout out to my man Cool Cat. He says, if you don't believe in something, you will believe anything. That is 100% facts. Cool Cat is one of those ones I talk about each and every week. That's one of my day ones, one of my number one supporters, my biggest supporter, my heavy supporter. If nobody else shows up, I know Cool Cat's going to show up, so that's what's up. But let's get into it. Y'all, I got my screen already up. See, I'm trying not to struggle stream today, right? I'm trying to be halfway professional. And if you've ever seen this video or this segment with Kevin Samuels and Kendra G, put your comments down in the y'all know what I'm trying to say. Put your comments down in the chat box. Put it in the chat. Let me know what you think or what you thought about it the first time you watched it. And we are gonna get right into it, y'all. Bam. Oh, see, struggle streaming already. I thought I was gonna be doing right, but all right, here we go. Yes. I cannot say what's wrong or right.
No. I think I have to admit, when you talk about high value men, those that are, I have friends and the men that I've dated, a lot of things you are spot on. They're very big on images. They are big on being catered to. I'm a woman who used to desire those type of men. I don't really desire them that much because I don't want to fulfill what they desire. And one of the things you mentioned it the other night is,
in other words, she does not want to cater to a man. Here's one of the big problems. A lot of modern women want men to cater to them, but they don't want to cater to the man either. You know, years ago, it was that Beyonce and them song. What was the name of that group? Destiny's Child. Y'all forgive me. Destiny's Child. I want to cater to you. And a lot of women got mad at that song, right? A lot of women had problems. But that's, I don't want to cater to no man. And matter of fact, if you're in spaces like these, it was a lady, I forget what show, I'm going to have to find it, but it was a lady that the clip has gone around in spaces like these. She admitted that she would rather have a child and not get married because she would much rather to cater to the child than to cater to a man. Did y'all hear what I just said? She would rather cater to a child and not cater to a man at all. She said, I don't believe I will be able to cater to a man, but I can cater to a child. I want a child, but I don't want marriage. And believe it or not, regardless of what the sisterhood will have you to believe, it's a lot of women that think like this. A lot of women. Let's keep going.
Is you got to share that man. A lot of times that man, if he makes,
that's not always true. For a lot of people, it may be true, but for the majority, I don't think it is about having to share the man. Let's keep moving.
400,000 or more, he may have another woman, and I know I cannot deal with that. So I think a lot of women sometimes say they want these men, but they've never dated it, because if they had, they wouldn't be just focusing on the money. There's a lot of women that have men with money, but they're not always happy either.
Well, okay. So the follow-up question to that would be, if that's the kind of man you would like to have, you just don't like that aspect of it.
Well, I would say this. I'm 41, right? So when I listen to the women, when I was in the 30s, when I heard the girls from up here, they remind me of myself, because I was like, he got to have a lot of money. He got to take care of all the bills.
And how many women are still like that? Now, in my opinion, if you are a man and you want to be respected as such, then you do need to be carrying all, if not the majority at minimum, if not all of the bills, right? Because a lot of the times it's going to be the stuff you would have been paying by yourself anyway. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not that big of a difference, or it's not that big of a deal to most men that want to be a provider and protector to a woman, right? So let's keep going.
That's what I was on, and I running those circles. But what I've learned is a lot of those men just couldn't be faithful. So then I learned, well, that's my deal breaker. Faithfulness is my deal breaker. So I've been blessed.
So the question I have then
Okay.
is, because I hear what you're saying, but then I'm also like, yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
Because you 41 years old, married, any kids?
Nope, I froze my eggs though, so I got a safety net just in case.
So
She froze her eggs and she has a safety net just in case.
you're accustomed to a certain standard of life.
This is true.
And if a man is making the median of what a black man is making, 42,005, he can't afford your standard of life.
So is that my problem?
See,
bam, there it is right there. Is that my problem? So it comes down to, gentlemen, pay close attention. It comes down to really one thing.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar.
it's the reality of the world. See, what happens far too often, especially in our community, is black women wait too long to get married. You wait till you're too old. You wait till you have too much experience, and your experience and your income has gone up, and that is inversely proportional to your sexual marketplace value.
So can I speak to that?
Did y'all get what he just said? Now, I want people to understand something. Women's income does not matter to a man like a man's income matters to a woman. Does that make sense? Let me say it again for the ones in the back. A woman's income doesn't matter to men like a man's income matters to a woman, right? Because if you hear most women talk on these dating shows or whatever, most of them will tell you that they want a man that makes X amount of dollars, minimum, right? But on the flip side, you don't really hear men say that much. Oh, she has to make at least $75,000 a year. You don't hear that much. You do hear it, but obviously we hear that from the women more than we hear that from the men. So for the ladies, there's nothing wrong with getting your money. There's nothing wrong with getting your bag, right? But understand, once you start making more than $50,000, $60,000, that is not normal. Okay, most people in America do not make that much money. I'll say it again. Most people in America do not make that much money. If you're making $75,000 and up, you are in the top 20% of earners in America. Let that sink in. So, ladies, you are hypergamous by nature. Okay? That means you are looking for the best option for you. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? Money has a big plays a big part in that, right? But here's the issue. With women being hypergamous, they either want a man that is at their level financially or above their level financially. Okay? And if you are below their level financially, I mean, you can be, if she's here, I mean, you could be here and, and she still, respect you and she still gives you that treatment like you want, right? But if you're down here, way down here out of the camera view, then not so much. You're no longer eligible for her. Does that make sense? So, ladies, the more money you make, essentially what he's saying is the less options that you have. But it doesn't have to be that way, right? You might have to accept the fact that you might make more than the man. Now, if he's able to take care of himself and he's able to, take care of you or whatever, it might not be a lavish lifestyle, but there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Let's keep going.
So let me finish making the example because I hear women come on and say, you know what, that high value thing, I really don't want that because I don't want to have to share him. All right, but then are you going to be able to look at a man making $45,000 a year and respect him to the same level that a high value man will be respected?
That's the question. That's the big money question right there.
Here comes the money.
Now, also, a lot of women, not all, will take uh 10, 15, $20,000 and use it against you. Let's just say she goes into the medical field or something. Oh, now she's making $65,000 a year. Oh, now all of a sudden a man making 42.5, whereas he would have been good. Now that you're making 60, now all of a sudden he's not good enough for you. Are y'all seeing where this is going? Does this make sense? Somebody please tell me if I'm tripping. Cool Cat says many women over the years seem to have confused female empowerment with misandry. Facts. But you know what, Cool Cat? A lot of them really don't even know what misandry really is, which is 100% wrong. I agree. In the same sense, men's health and masculinity is not about misogyny. They know that word. They'll throw that word around all day, every day. Facts. Men continue to do the most dangerous and undesirable work on the planet. No glass ceiling where women are wanting to break through. Now that's another true statement. You know, if you want to get into the conversation about the wage gap, if you ask most women, if you give them the choice to make $50,000 at a desk job with a corner view on the top floor of a building, or make $100,000 working in the sewer, I guarantee you they would choose the office job every time. You understand? A man will choose to take that sewer job because he knows, hey, that will help me provide and take care of my family. Let's keep going.
I would respect a man who's hardworking, and as long as he doesn't try to minimize me in any way. Now that's the biggest thing. If he's okay with me being my full self.
You didn't answer whether or not you respect him to the same level you respect the high value man.
Well, let me tell you this. I'm gonna say yes only.
In other words, the answer may be no. She said, I'm going to say yes only because, let's see what she says.
Because I'm going to tell you this. I've dated high value men. I've dated the men with the Rolls Royces and all the cars and all the glitz and glamour. Mm-hmm. And they always thought because they had the cars and the glitz and glamour that you got to bow down to them. And
I get it. But I'm talking about the man who's working at the post office.
I would say, now, I'm going to tell you my requirements. I want you to be attractive. So if you're a guy that's working at the post office and you're attractive,
haven't answered the question.
Hold on, let me time out. Why do you want to be attractive?
I can't have nothing.
No, let me explain. See, this is what's so wrong with so many of our women. You're supposed to be the attractive one, not us. Okay. Black women today have atavistic mating standards, very primitive, meaning I want you to look good. So he can make $40,000 a year as long as he look good.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that he can make $40,000 a year. I'm not.
That's what most black men make, $42,500.
Okay, so Kevin, so are you saying in your perspective that it's over for me? Then I don't have.
No, it's not. No, what I'm saying is your price is too high.
How is my price too high?
Price is too high.
Okay. Well. First of all, you asked me, and I'm going. You're 41 and unmarried. You're
Right?
freezing
By choice.
egg.
By choice.
Yeah, that's no.
Well, no, I can say that. I was once engaged when I was in college.
Did
Okay.
you no.
I just got out
See,
of
And there's the thing. She had a chance to get married in college. Now, let me say this. Another thing I've heard it said, and I've found it to be true. Most people that you will ask will tell you that our Caucasian brothers and sisters are going to college to find who they're going to marry. Unfortunately, black women go to college to prove that they don't need to get married. Not all. Not all. But the most of them do. And you will hear this narrative. Oh, I was once engaged, but I wasn't ready. I was wanting to focus on my career. I didn't want marriage at the time. Well, who's to say you're going to get another chance?
this is what I mean. The engagement queens, you can't make this shit up.
No, I'm not. Listen, wait,
Stop.
Kevin.
Don't overtalk me. No. I said if we could start giving black women credit for engagements, you act like that shit matters. I'm not married, but I'm not by choice. Unless you're turning away proposals of men of value and esteem, it doesn't matter. Y'all talk about y'all are unmarried when ain't nobody that you want to marry trying to marry you.
Kevin, can I speak to that?
No, because I haven't got to my point. Because I haven't got to my point.
I'm being. I know.
Okay, you asked me why is it over for me? That's what you asked.
But I want just to say one thing. Okay,
Let me get to my point, dude. Let me.
Okay.
I didn't even. This is why it's over for a lot of sisters too. Look, you can be right all you want to. Men control access to marriage. And one of the major reasons that older women are getting passed over for younger women is you're too masculine. You're too bossy. You're too opinionated. That works well in the corporate world when you're making other people successful and rich and fine, but it does not work well when you're trying to connect with a man. Why is it over for many women your age? One, because your income has risen. And females have evolved. Evolutionary biology says women want men to have at least what they have. The older you get, the more money you make, the more education you have, the more resources you get, thereby inflating your estimation of yourself. But that estimation is not your sexual marketplace value. It is going down.
Can I respond? I want to be respectful because it's your
platform. Go ahead. But do you understand that example I just gave? The inverse proportional relationship.
I understand, but can I speak now? Because I'm being respectful. This is your platform, so I definitely want to honor your rules. I just got out of a relationship in January, and I could be married right now if that was my goal.
I could be married right now if that was my goal. But now you're saying, well, there's nobody for me to marry. But now all of a sudden it's not your goal? Which one is it, Kendra G? Make it make sense.
But I would rather be happy than just married to say I have a husband. And I don't think that should be looked down upon. I don't think that's my honest truth. You could, feel away, but that's an honest truth. I was in a relationship that he wanted.
How long were you in it?
We were together since last year, 8 months. Okay. And he was ready to be married very soon, very early on. And I don't want to be married just to be married. I'm not going to live with fear and say, oh, okay.
Why is it that women look at marriage with fear? I get it. I kind of get it. That's another conversation for another time.
You married?
Huh?
You want to be married?
Excuse me?
Do you want to be married?
I want to be happily married. If I get married, it's going to be because...
Do you want to be married?
Oh, did he want to be married? Yes.
Do you want to be married?
I would be married if it makes sense. I'm not going to be married just to...
Why is it so hard for women to answer the question? Just answer the question. Just answer the question. All you gotta do is answer the question. Going all around the world. It won't answer the doggone question. Let's keep going.
To be married, and I don't feel like
Okay,
that.
all right. So
Okay.
again, I've asked you, do you want to be happily married? And are you going to be married? I want to be happily married. Ma'am, I'm going to be honest. I don't care about your happiness. I don't care about your love. Marriage is a practical choice. And you can make all these things you want, ma'am. And yes, you're 41, but you're going to be 50.
Check out the front lace. Check out the front lace. Do y'all see the front lace?
Just like that.
I know, I will be.
So the question becomes, if you want to be married, I mean, let's be real. You're freezing your eggs for a reason. Why?
I did, because I didn't want the pressure to just go out and get pregnant because of my age and my clock. Men have that.
Who's going to carry the baby?
I mean, if I can't carry the baby, then I'll get a surrogate. I mean, it happens.
So again, but in order for all that to happen, you have to have a man that you deem worthy propose to you.
Okay, and that's and
Hold on.
Okay.
That man, if he could meet your high standard, he could meet a lot of other women's standard as well. And here,
ooh, y'all heard what he said. Facts.
here's the problem. There are hundreds of you, thousands of you. Why should he pick you over the one that can carry her own babies at 24 or 25 or 26, who are willing to get on his program, who don't have as many expectations as a woman your age?
Well, listen, this is what I will say. If he wants to, if he feels the way that you're feeling, then he's not the man for me, and I have no problem with that.
And that's where they go. Apparently, nobody is for you. Not married, chats. Let's keep going.
I don't see that's almost that passive aggressive sign language.
Can I ask you a question? Do you want me to feel okay? Do you
that passive aggressive sign language? That whole, if he's not the man for you, that's I don't play that Tyler Perry Christian crap. That's not it. I don't do that over here. You can do that over there, but I don't do that over here.
Okay, Kevin, I'm being respectful. I really am. I'm trying
You
to
don't
figure
have
out,
to be respectful. Here's the thing: you being respectful is what you're supposed to do. You're not doing me a favor.
And see, it's gotten so bad now to where disrespecting other people, especially black men, disrespecting other men is so common now to where if somebody is giving you some respect, oh, well, I'm being respectful. You should be glad that I'm being respectful. You ain't doing me that's a common courtesy, right? It's called being a decent human. Let's keep going.
Okay, I wanted to have a conversation. I'm hoping we can have a conversation. So I guess am I at the ability to ask you a question? Is that fine?
It's about the topic, sure.
Okay. So what do you want me to accept? Because from your,
I want you to accept your sexual marketplace value.
Okay, so what does that equal to? So what are you saying that I need to accept?
Okay, what a sexual marketplace value of a 41-year-old woman is lower than a 31-year-old woman.
Okay.
Is lower than a 21-year-old woman. Because if a man wants to have multiple children, he cannot have them with you carrying them.
Okay, that's true. And I don't want to have multiple children. So
I said if a man wants to have multiple children, I don't care.
All about them.
See, you keep going back to what you want. You control access to your body, and for a time frame, women control access to whether or not kids are born. But see, what older women, especially accomplished women, have a hard time accepting is your value has a shelf life. After 35, you're a geriatric pregnancy. If you met a man that you found that you thought was the bee's knees and he wanted 3 children, you can't carry them.
Okay, but Kevin, I would say this, right? Can I just say that?
Is that
I,
true?
I agree with you. So he would have, so either he would have to forego having the children in his legacy, or he'd have to go find someone who could. Or it could be a man that might already have children and doesn't want
Not
children.
my example.
It always got to be something different. Or he could already have kids be done by. It's hard out here for us men.
That's not my example. That's a different example.
See, can I just say this? I respect your insight. I really do. That's why I came on your platform.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna allow what you think is gonna be for my life to be my life.
I don't care if you allow what I don't know you, lady.
Right, is that well, my name is Kendra. You said my
I don't
name
know,
earlier.
lady, Kendra, ma'am. I don't know you.
Okay,
so and the thing is, I'm not going to allow you to start getting upset because
I'm not, Kevin. I'm not upset. I'm not upset.
You came to my platform and asked me
did.
for my opinion. Okay, so to tell me what you're not going to allow me to do, that's not necessary.
I wasn't trying to be rude. I was just ultimately.
But what would you call it? What would you call it? I'm not going to allow what you say to do what?
Because I mean, listen, I hear you, but I don't. There's plenty of women that I know that have had babies in their 40s, that have gotten married in their.
And here's the issue: he's doing nothing but telling the truth. I wonder why is it that people just don't like to hear the truth? I don't understand it. You can be a three-legged unicorn if you want to, and people have to respect that you're a three-legged unicorn.
40s, it can happen. So
I'm talking black women.
Yes, I'm talking black women.
1 in 4 black women were married. 1 in 4 black women were married in their lifetime. So you telling me about the aged black women who marry after 40 and have babies? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm sorry. That is, unfortunately, and here's the thing. If you're waiting till your 40s to marry and have babies, you did something wrong in your 20s and 30s.
I mean, well, I would say this.
Facts.
I focus on my career, which I know you feel could be something wrong. I have no regrets. And
I don't feel like there's anything wrong.
Now, I will say this. At this point, when she's getting the bag, right, and she still kind of got it going on a little bit, then you might not regret it. At 41, 42, 43 years old, you might not regret it. But what about when you're 70? What about when you're 60? What about when you're 55, 58? And you're ready to cut this thing off? Will you regret it then? Most people do. Let's keep going.
I don't feel like there's anything wrong. Let me go ahead and change. Let me turn you people in the comment section up. I don't care what y'all think. I mean, honestly, I don't judge by what women want. If you want to focus on your career, do that. But see, one thing that women have not been told in this country is there's cost to all of it. You can't have it all. Men can't have it all. There are trade-offs and choices. If you chose to focus on your career, I am all for that. Do it. But it comes at a cost of your prime childbearing years.
Consequences. Your choices in life have consequences, whether good or bad.
I don't make human beings the way they are. So this is the choice women have to make.
I wholeheartedly agree. And I was engaged into my college sweetheart. I went to Hampton and I chose to focus on my career instead of becoming a wife. I have no regrets.
Okay.
And just as I hear what you're saying with statistics, one of my best.
So that's twice. Going by what she says, she was engaged to her college sweetheart, right? She wanted to focus on her career. Then she said she just got out of a relationship and the man wanted to get married and she did not. So that sounds like, to me, that's somebody that doesn't want to get married. How many chances are you supposed to get? One man wanted to marry you when you were younger. I'm focusing on my career. A man wanted to marry you when you were a little bit older. I'm focusing on my career. After a while, you won't have any options. You'll be one of those ones just talking about, oh, there's only young men 21 through 25 in my DMs. Oh, no, I don't like that. What am I supposed to do? Well, if you keep putting marriage off, those will be your options. Let's keep going.
Just got married last year. She's pregnant, due any day now, and she's 41, and she's a black woman. So all I'm
That's
saying
an
is,
anomaly.
yes, you're right. Maybe the statistics aren't there, but in my reality, in my world, I know women that
anecdotal evidence doesn't change the fact.
Huh?
Anecdotal evidence doesn't change the fact. You know people like you. That does not change the reality.
Well, okay. I'm not taking away from that.
What I'm saying is, ma'am,
I'm just saying that.
Listen to what we're doing in the black community. Take it away from you. Take it away from your friends. We're actually having a conversation about women having babies in their 40s. That's how warped we've become in the black community, because we cannot get it together in our prime mating and marrying years. Because so many of our women value these so-called careers. Now, I don't doubt that you have a career, but I got to let you know how many women I've talked to over the countless years who call their job a career. Most people have a job. Most people have jobs. Most people don't have careers. And it seems to be, why can Becky, Marisol, Mylene, and Anu all go out and have jobs and careers, just like black women have jobs and careers, and still be able to spin that plate and find a husband? Why can every other race?
Everybody else will go to college and find somebody to marry and get married all at the same time. You don't have to wait. If two people are willing, it can work.
So women seem to be able to do that, but black women are doing it at a 1 out of 4 ratio, and the next closest women are white women who are married twice as much as you are. And that's married to anybody. You're not marrying anybody.
Can I respond to that? I hear what you're saying. But I also think that if women are realistic and they are open to dating and maybe not always focusing on the money and maybe to give up some things on their list, it is possible. I know you said yourself, your mother got married at 50. There's people that do still find love in their 40s. And I just think that I don't want women to feel hopeless.
And her 3 sisters died alone.
Huh?
And her 3 sisters on the way to dying alone.
Well, speaking of dying alone, I had a mother who wasn't married when she died, and she didn't die alone. She died.
Do you think black women have been given the accurate message?
She's missing the whole entire point. She's missing the whole entire point of what he's trying to say. A lot of women just want it their way. And that's it.
For life.
I will say no. I'll give you that. But I will say this too. There's a lot of things I do agree with you on, Kevin, and that's why I came on your platform. But I will say the die alone things. I don't think women should be fear.
No, I do. I think fear. I think we need some healthy fear. Because here's the thing: when we do this whole,
in other words, I don't think women should fear the truth.
Don't act like it is what it is. No, we need to tell you smoking causes cancer. We don't need to tell you smoking causes smoking makes you happy. Okay. Because I'm looking at our community. Black men are at the bottom, black women are at the bottom, black boys are at the bottom. You're the only group of women who stand out proudly saying, I don't need a man to make it through life. No other group or race of women is so bold to stand outside and say, put all the pressure of the world on me because I don't need him.
Well, I don't believe that. I believe men are very important. I love the black man. My father.
It's our culture.
Okay, I agree with that. Let me ask you this, Kevin. Do you think, because I hear you talk about settle, and I always wondered your answer to this. You might be cheating on
Pay
her,
attention.
not treating her the best. Do you think it's better to have a man than to not have a man at all?
Yeah, I'm not. See, that's a
negative. Pay attention. Why is it that men have to be painted in such a negative light? Why is it that men have to be painted in such a negative light? Oh, should you be by yourself or deal with a man that may be cheating on you and doing this and abusive and manipulative? That's not most men. And then on top of that, that's not most high value men. Okay. Now, we're getting a little short on time, but we're going to skip ahead just a little bit. All right. It's another piece of the segment that I want to get to.
A man making less than you is not used to going to eat the places you do, go to do the things you do. So you're going to have to forego doing those things unless you want to pay for them.
I see what you're saying.
And I know that, and I'm a smart enough man to know that comes with a woman lacking respect for a man. So we can play around this all we want to. You can say, I don't want to deal with a high value man if they regard sharing it with somebody. I would rather do this, but this man over here is not going to get high value man respect. And he's going to always know that this dude was really your first choice, but you didn't want to deal with this. And you're not going to put him at the same level of pedestal that you would have to put this man on to share or honor him like they need to be.
And that's what it all boils down to. If you have... Here comes the money. If you got money, she'll probably respect you more. If you don't,
She belongs to the streets.
No respect.
So honestly, is there any value to marriage to an average guy today? No, because modern women are not marriageable like the women of before. They're not. Modern women today are not ready to be with their mothers, well, their grandmothers and their great grandmothers were. They're not.
Mm-mm.
I didn't make it that way.
There's I guess I'm gonna live in the exception to the rule area.
But
But
you
I'm
can
gonna
live in the exception to the rule, and that's fine. You at 41 years old, I try to do that too. But when I'm talking with people across the board, I don't do that. When I talk to 24-year-old women who tell me that they could not marry a plumber off rip just because of the title plumber, and she's a political science major, what do you want me to tell them?
My thought though that I built a career, like that's where I kind of get confused, because if I'm not judging the
Your
guy
choice. It's your choice.
Right. So if
It's
I'm
your
not
choice.
judging,
Okay, ma'am. You keep asking me, is it your fault? I don't know why you keep asking me this. Your choice. You choose the outcomes. Here's the bottom line for me and you and everybody. Relationships are reflective.
Mm-hmm.
You attract what you are.
okay, I agree.
So if the man you were with 8 months ago wasn't up to standard, you allowed him in your life for 8 months, 8 valuable months at 40 plus.
I'll be okay though. I don't have a problem in that area. And one day I'm gonna get married, Kevin, and you're gonna be invited to the wedding. And we'll have
One day I'm gonna get married, invite you to the wedding. Oh my goodness, you're gonna get everybody to the wedding, Kevin. R.I.P. to the Godfather. And we'll see if Kendra ever gets married. Shout out to Tracy Ellis Ross, 50 years old, still on Instagram thirst trapping.
You act like I'm sitting here cheering and saying that you're not. But what I'm saying is, modern women's estimation of themselves, modern black women's estimation of yourself is, you're more prideful than average men.
I'm more prideful.
Black women are more prideful than black women, in my opinion, my personal opinion, have more pride than most men.
Well,
Let me explain what I mean. Because you ask a lot of educated sisters, the first thing you lead with is your accomplishments. That is a masculine thing.
Facts.
When women, that's not a feminine thing. Go on my show. I got it. Where do you think this song come from? I'm a PhD. That came from me asking a woman, "Where's your husband?" What? Husband? I would not choose to be. I'm a PhD.
Facts.
And the thing is, if the ultimate goal for so many of these women is they want to be in a emotionally significant, profound relationship, having their own children, these PhDs, these masters, these careers, especially when the truth comes out that they really don't want to have to pay significant bills after they're pregnant and don't want to have to pay but a small portion of the overall financial family load after marriage, then these careers and jobs are just ego projects. Because what you plan on doing is if you get the kind of man you want to get, you're going to jettison it for a period of time anyway, while everybody else is working. So these careers are ego projects. Your looks, fit, feminine, cooperative, successful entrepreneurs, executives, businesswomen in her chair, that they're all complaining about the same thing. I can't find no man on my level. But when you were 30,
and that's the thing. I cannot find a man on my level. And when you had a chance, you threw him to the wayside.
5+, you should have been out of the game for 10 years. See, what I'm saying is, for women who want to have a career or whatever, there's a man out there that you can make a deal with. But the problem is, far too many Black women did not prioritize finding or being found by a suitable man. They thought they were told, focus on this, and then when you decide you want to settle down.
Is that good advice? Y'all see the title up in the corner. Do modern women give good relationship advice? Now pay attention to this. This is very important.
Then you can turn around and go get one. That ain't how it works. Every other group of women realize that I need to find them in college, in grad school, early on in the process. And then grow with him up. But this is where sisters come along. You didn't find him when you was in school. So now you get to this point, you don't want no build-a-boo or build-a-bread. Okay, so you want this man over here. You want the man who's already in process on his purpose, that don't need nothing from you, who can provide for you. Well, guess what? He wants a whole lot.
Right.
Cartier don't go on sale, baby. No.
What do those men want that you say that you want?
I never seen Cartier go on sale. Never seen Cartier go on sale.
Well, I do think women that make a certain amount of money or a certain category have to adjust some of their wants, because you are right. The market value is a little different. My thing, and you cleared it up for me, because I always thought it was you'll never get married and things of that nature. But you cleared that up for me tonight. That's why it's good to have a direct conversation. You never said it would never happen. But it can happen. And I just think that
that's what they're gonna hold on to. Oh, it can happen. It's unlikely, but it can happen.
Telling women what to do, would you tell them to wait till you're 40, or would you tell them to prioritize it in your early 20s?
Well, let me be honest. I'm a career woman. So, and I feel like my career is who I am.
If you want to be,
she didn't answer the question.
Be married and have children, what would you tell women to do?
You gonna let me answer? Because I would tell a woman not to have a baby until she's married. I strongly believe in being married before you have a child. Okay. And but I wouldn't tell her to do it out of fear. I wouldn't tell her to do it because
What age?
I have to be honest, the
she
age
can't
that
do
works
it.
for you.
She can't do it. She won't do it. Sisterhood code at its finest. Wait a minute, let me make myself big. Sisterhood code at its finest. Y'all, she ain't gonna say it. She won't say it. It goes against the sister code.
See, this is so
bad advice.
Vague. Give me a range. Give me a range, man.
Okay, well, let me say this. This is why I say this. I have college because Kevin, I want to answer the question.
This is why young.
They can't answer the question.
I'm gonna stop you right here. I'm gonna stop you right here. This is why young women are stop coming to you, ladies.
Right.
That's the woman who called my show last night asking, "Who are you to be giving all this advice?" And then this 46-year-old woman. Young women are stop listening to y'all because you won't stop. There's a reason there are 32,000 people watching my show, and a lot of them are women, because you're not telling them the truth. You won't be direct with them. You won't just tell them, look, if you want to have your career, it's going to cost you. You won't tell them that if you want to get married and have kids, you need to do it before a certain age to have a better shot. Mm-hmm. You know better, but you won't tell them.
Let me say this. I was engaged when I was in my 20s to my college sweetheart.
I ain't asking about you.
Kevin, let me just give you, because I'm going to give you the answer. and I made a choice. I made a choice not to get married, right? And I don't have kids to this day. So I could say I have regrets because I could be married and have
What
children.
age?
That was like.
But wait, before, didn't she say that she didn't have any regrets about picking her career? But now she's saying the truth. Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you something. A lot of stuff of what these ladies are saying, y'all, is all cap.
Stop the cap.
It's all cap. I don't need a man.
Stop the cap.
I don't want a man.
Stop the cap.
I can do it all by myself.
Stop the cap.
I'm strong and independent.
Stop the cap.
Me and my baby gonna be all right.
Stop the cap.
It's better with two. It's all cap, and I've learned that personally. Yo, with the baby in the house, let alone multiple kids in the house, have y'all ever had to do that? If you don't have somebody that can tag in with you every once in a while, man, listen.
Bruh.
It's rough.
Stop the cap. 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 Stop the cap.
It's all cap.
Like 25.
What age would you tell the women? I ain't asking about you. And
I'm
your
trying to
life.
answer it, but you won't let me answer
No,
it.
I just need you to give me the age. I don't need the background. Give me the age. They're between the ages of 21 and 50. What age have you?
Y'all see the look on her face? She's struggling. She does not want to answer. She know the answer. She know the answer.
Stop the cap.
Come on, Kendra. Come on, Kendra.
Stop the cap.
You know the answer. You know the answer.
Stop the cap.
I know you know the answer, Kendra. But she has her eyes closed because she doesn't want to give the answer.
Get married and have a family. What age should they start prioritizing?
You allow me to answer, Kevin, because
Yeah, I'm allow you to give me an age. I'm going to end this conversation.
I know a girl that had a baby.
I'm allowing you to give me an age range.
Kevin,
All right.
oh my God, it was
All
nice
right.
talking to you.
Yep.
Since you're not,
This is why they're not listening to you anymore. This is why.
Facts.
This is a woman talking about our running relationship channel, and I asked a simple question: what age would you tell women to start prioritizing? They don't want to tell you.
They don't want to
And
tell
it's
you.
Chastity.
What do you got for me, Chastity?
Watch this. Pay attention.
Well, I mean, I don't really understand why a lot of, I'll say, because I'm 27, so it's kind of crazy to me how a lot of women who's like twice my age, they like disagree with a lot of things that you're saying. A lot of things that you're saying is like true. And I look at my own family like, oh, snap, like the women that he's describing are the women in my family, and a lot of them unfortunately aren't married, or if they are married, they're in marriages that's like not worth it at all.
Did y'all hear what the young lady said?
So I look and I'm like, no, that's not what I want. So I'll just.
So the younger lady is looking at the older ladies in her family like, nah, bruh, I don't want to do that. No, not me. I don't want to wait till later on. I don't want to wait till later on. Let me start prioritizing now.
Wait my chance until the right one comes along, you know.
So one, I will say that many of those women, they're not arguing with me so much as they're arguing with the choices of and reality of their own life. What I'm saying has not been talked about a lot, and it's like admitting that you blown those time. I won't say you wasted those years. Admitting you can't get that time back is hard. And at 27, you still have more in front of you.
Yeah, and I'm trying to get it right now so that I won't have to be 40 plus still trying to figure it out.
Well, my question is, are you
ladies, did y'all hear what she just said? You don't want to be in your 40s still trying to figure this thing out.
Are the women in your family giving you actionable good advice?
No, because like I had a situation where I messed it up. I had a good guy, I messed it up, and my family were like, "Oh, F him. You were young, you do what you want to do, blah blah blah." But now,
Are y'all hearing this? Are y'all hearing this? See, I had a good dude. Let me make myself big again. I had the right dude. I blew it. I messed it up. But instead of her family saying, you better go get your good man. Oh, forget him. Do what you want to do. You young. That is terrible. Look at Kevin's face. Look at Kevin's face. Yo, y'all can ask my wife. That's how I feel when I hear all of this nonsense. And then just like Cool Cat said, y'all, we are better off together. Cool Cat says male and female are on the same team. Facts. Quit acting like they're all at war and communicate what they want and how. Between them, they're going to arrive at a mutually agreed goal. Facts, happiness, security, all that other stuff. Gabrielle, my beautiful wife, says men and women are not created to be enemies. Y'all, we are better off together. So why is it in our community that we keep giving out advice that pulls us apart? It's insane to me. And then when you look at the numbers, when you look at the statistics, when you just look around at our community, why don't people want to do better? I don't know.
like, I'm not gonna lie, you've been my therapist. somebody sent me your they sent me your link and they were like, go watch him. Like the things that he's saying is things that you should listen to. So then I started watching you, and now it's like I'm addicted to it. I watch you every day pretty much.
The ability to look at a situation and say, you know what, I messed this up is a good thing. Because that means you're taking accountability and ownership, and you can grow that way.
Which a lot of women,
all men are really asking for.
A lot of women will not take accountability. A lot of women.
What I would say to women like yourself is forget them. Let them not take accountability and ownership, and that means the kind of women you are, you'll have an overabundance of male attention, because men are not, the kind of men they want are not going to accept women who don't take accountability.
Facts.
So it may sound good to tell you forget this, forget that, forget this, forget that, but you're looking at outcomes. Stop trying to get them to change. I mean, there's a lot. Here's another thing. I'll be compassionate with my generation. We were given a lot of bad information, my generation.
Facts.
We were given a lot of bad information. The internet came along a little too late, but the reality is, in the Black community, I think everybody needs therapy, men and women. But unfortunately, the men can make changes and still go on to the second or third part of our life and do something. If you're a woman who's reached a certain age, you can't undo and go back and have kids, and that has an effect. My only problem is they don't tell you young women the truth.
Yeah.
But it's almost like they're almost dooming you to the same things, and they should be doing something.
Because sometimes I think that they're like slick jealous, like they don't really want you to. They don't want you to surpass the state that they're
at,
or that they.
Did y'all hear that? She said that she believes that they are slick jealous. Slick jealous. Did y'all hear that?
They don't want you to reach where they never reach. Put it like that.
They don't want you to reach what they never reach. That's why Kendra couldn't answer the question. She don't want to tell the younger women, and it's not just Kendra, it's a big portion of this spectrum of women. They don't want the younger women to have what they never had. So that's why they'll co-sign on your mess, so you won't be able to come out of the mess that they still in. Y'all, I feel like preaching this thing. Folk will try to hold you back because they don't want to see you achieve what they were never able to achieve. So they'll co-sign on your mess. They'll co-sign on your foolishness. They'll say, yeah, forget that dude, forget that man. You still young. Use your 20s to do whatever you want and get ran through on the CC or whatever. Because that's what they did. But if you really look at their life, is their life producing the kind of fruit that you want your life to produce? Lord have mercy. I'm talking better than what y'all said in the comment section.
You watched the broadcast I had last night?
I watched some of it.
There's a woman who came on my show last night. She was about 46 years old. And that was the woman asking me, who are you to be telling these young women all this stuff?
A lot of people say, like, when I send your videos to people, like, even when you discuss the weight, I totally agree with you. Like, I mean, come on now. Like, if nobody else tell you the truth, who else is going to be honest and tell you? I have nothing.
People like don't know. I don't know why you think that's
that woman right there.
I don't know
you. That woman came on last night with straight smoke. Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you to be?
People don't want to hear the truth. People do not want to hear the truth.
Telling these young women. And I said, all right, if you don't think I should tell me a thing, what do you tell them? And you know what she had to tell them? Young women, don't listen to old men. That's all she had to say.
Wow.
She didn't have anything to positive to say. And then she watched me sit there and talk to 3 young women and give them good advice. You know what? She still didn't change her mind.
They be jealous. They're jealous. That's what they can't go back and redo their whole life. So they want to knock you and make it so that you won't reach your full.
Well, you keep potential. On reaching.
Wow. Wow. That's a gem for somebody out there.
And you learn how to detach from them with love. Watch me with your headphones in. Stop trying to convince them. Go on and live your best life, young daughter. Appreciate it.
I love it.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
That's what I mean right there.
Yeah, so there you have it. There you have it. You women, y'all can fix this. Men, y'all can fix it. It could be so much better. We're better off together. But y'all, that's all I got for tonight. We're way over our time. It's your boy JD, a.k.a. Mr. December. Until next time, you two, we out. Peace.
It's too smooth. I honestly didn't even really want to say anything on it, but it's what the people want. It's what I can't be for. We'll get to it. I like my coffee black, white too. Don't turn this into no controversy. It's my boo. I can make $250,000 off a haiku, and I can make another quarter off the times two. If it's money on the table, I'll be on it like Bobby or Abby. You PP aesthetic, it's hard to forget it. I hear you talking, but you're hardly right. I'm the voice of your prototype. Summertime and NY. Summertime and NY. Drop outside. Summertime and NY. Fits right. Summertime and NY. I'm talking 6 a.m. tea times, 18 with the mayor talking land base. I waited for it, gotta get mine. Snag a seat up at the table if my man came. Heading to a meeting worth $1 million with no briefcase. Just my mind in a free state. I got a plan through a vision, but it takes time. I'ma make mine. Summertime and NY.